And let's go ahead and get started, everyone. So I know it's a busy day, and I really appreciate the good work I think that's happening in the operations team. I know there's quite a lot happening in that section. Okay, so I'm going to try to get to the main focuses that we need to get through on this Get Squad meeting, and give the rest of the time for you guys to kind of find out what needs to be done. All right, let's go ahead and begin. So the report, let's dive into it. Um, let's see. Okay. All right, let's bring up Jessica from BI, or who will be representing BI today, Vidi?
Jessica, sir.
Okay. All right. Should we wait for Jessica or speak of the devil? Hi, Jessica. How you doing?
Hi, sir. I'm good. How are
All
you?
right. Your arrival could not have been timed more perfectly. Let's go ahead and get started. Tell us what your insights are, Jessica.
Okay. So first, from the past week, I see that instant book has improved by 11% this. So congrats to the awareness team, which
Good.
is also on track for weekly target. So our weekly target is 11% for
Okay.
week 3.
All right.
And
Fantastic.
based on targeted SLA this month, we aim for 55% of instant booking proportion out of all um, inquiry, instant book, and request to book.
Okay. Good.
And it has also been achieved this week. So
Okay.
great job to
Very good. Very
the
good.
awareness team.
All right. Thank you very much, awareness
And
team, for helping and getting the instant book rate up. This is, of course, good news for many reasons. One, it moves a bit of the workload around the reservations team, which is, as I understand from Nadine's statement this morning, is very overloaded. So thank you very much for helping others, yeah, in this one, and for achieving your goals. Good. Okay. All right. Let's continue, Jessica.
okay, and so I think one of the reasons why we can see this improvement is because we're trying new ways. Now we have the SPO team. We have set schedules for meetings. So for a daily schedule, like two properties per person, we're in charge of that, and we monitor it more closely right now.
Okay.
We want to see what works and what doesn't work, and yeah, to plan better for our next action. So I
Okay.
think that's one of the things that
Excellent. So,
create.
Jessica, in this case, by increasing our level of inspection, we're able to increase the performance. Would that be accurate?
Yes,
Okay.
inspection from the content team.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Interesting. So, for
Yeah.
everybody on this squad, that is actually a pretty good, interesting insight. A lot of times we think adding more resources actually will get us results. But this case, actually, by inspecting things more often, we get better results. So that's actually somewhat of an interesting insight. Thank you, Jessica. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. And yeah, we would like to keep it up. So we would like to actually go beyond 55%. So
Excellent.
yeah,
What's the new
because
goal?
in the past few weeks, it's been moving around 52, 53, and around 55.
Okay.
But yeah, we saw some decrease as well in the first, second week due to cancellation.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you
But
very
this
much.
week it's really good.
Okay. Let's continue.
Okay,
Request the book.
moving on for request to book. So yeah, I guess the data actually here we need to update it. I just got information from OCD.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we will uh, separate which properties we plan to identify which properties are request to book and which ones are not.
Okay.
And this week we did have an increase for request to book, a slight increase from in-month request to book. And yeah, but then here I see that the current request to book proportion is only 1% out of the total, which
Interesting.
means it's actually not very significant. So the question here is, should we keep request to book with our current resources, or if they can't be switched to instant booking, then we should delist the listing?
Okay, that's a good question. So, what do you need for that answer? Do you need a BI decision, or do you need me as a leader to give you a direction there?
Mm, yes, probably from user
Okay, I would
directly.
say that the more requests to book, the less instant book we get, right?
Yeah.
By trying to optimize request to book, we are in fact conflicting with our targets for instant book. And if a request to book is only 1% of the total whatever, then why not just move it just to instant book? So yes, I think you can go and switch them to instant book and focus on that then, yeah?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. If there are any listings
Yeah.
that already have reviews and traffic on it, please don't delist them. Just switch them over to instant book because those are of course high value and good for getting us awareness. Okay. But yeah, I think we can let me pause for a moment to validate my decision with the crowd, right? Property relationship probably needs to negotiate. Okay, let's go over to Tendi. Tendi, wait, that can be held in a sub discussion. Let's go ahead and do this, right? Vidi, who should we talk to about this particular decision? Tendi?
Managers, because if Katendi have the visibility, like summary from all the regions, then Katendi can suffice, and then also the revenue managers.
Okay.
Then the result can be given to the marketing team to be altered.
Okay, excellent. Vidi, could you put that as a topic of discussion for the breakout, right? So Tendi, go over to inspection and we will have a discussion about this particular coordination on switching request to book to instant book. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's move on then, Jessica. Let's take a look at the next topic.
Yeah. The next one is actually an update. So as you all know, we have this new SLA format since 2 weeks, I guess.
Okay.
But we have a new update, a new table here. It's
Ah,
to track the achievement to go until we reach the target. So it's
okay.
supposed to make it visible, the weekly target, and if we are on track weekly or not.
Okay. Let's see if I understand
And this
how
is
to read
yeah,
that then. Is it that we are 26% short of our goals right now at the
that's in the
top
beginning.
from the beginning?
Mm-hmm. But no, so yeah, 26% is from 100% minus the starting. So we already had a starting value.
Okay.
So 26% to go for the rest of April.
Okay, got it, got it. All right, see, and then okay,
And it's
um,
divided, yeah.
okay, Jessica, how well does the rest of this squad actually understand these particular goals at the moment?
Okay, so I'm planning to create list, and I have been on discussion to create a guideline for better understanding on how to read it and how to update as well.
Okay,
So
got
that
it,
would come soon. Hopefully by the end of this week, it will be done.
got it. How are you going to verify if everybody on this team actually understands the correct way to read this chart now?
I think with the guideline later, it should be clearer. I guess it will make it more clear. Right now, I know it's still very ambiguous, I guess.
Okay, let me
We
go.
Can
will,
help.
Phyllis, what do you think is?
Yeah. I think we can set a format for what kind of reporting. Means like, for example, okay, we have achieved this, and next week we need to achieve this. So if they can set it correctly, like first and second week we inspect if they can set a target correctly according to what depth they have,
Mhm.
like this week plus next week.
Okay.
So I think the guidelines works and the
Okay.
understanding is
All right. So we'll know when the funnel managers report their goals, whether or not they
yep.
understand this particular.
Goals and achievement. Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's
And
do that.
some action that they would like to do.
Okay. Jessica, when would you want everybody to actually understand the new SLA format and then be able to report their goals and their findings correctly?
by the end of this week, I'll have the guidelines finished.
Okay.
I'm going to start on it soon.
All right. So today's Tuesday.
So
So let's
by
aim for this next
latest by Monday.
Tuesday. Okay. Let's aim for next Tuesday, right? And perhaps you can schedule a last minute session on Monday just to fill in the gaps for anybody who still doesn't get it. Okay. So by next Tuesday, let's have everybody up to speed on these new SLAs. I will probably have to study these too as well, so I'll be on a fresh page with everybody. But let's learn the new SLAs. Jessica, main question: what is the benefit of the new SLAs? What's the benefit of this new
Sorry,
formatting?
sorry, sir.
What is the
Can you
main
repeat?
benefit of the new formatting?
The main benefit?
Yes.
Well, it should. It's more, I guess, like a bigger picture.
Okay.
where we and also like what we're achieving an achievement
Okay.
compared to like the new old
Okay.
way, more like keep the
Okay.
oh,
Jessica, your voice was distorted a little there, but what I understand is it shows us our goals better. Is that correct?
yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
Everybody, remember the purpose of this meeting is to understand, are you making progress? Is the team making progress? Is the company making progress? This particular innovation does, from my understanding, actually help that. So it tells us how much more progress there is left. So good. This is a good innovation, and let's all learn it before the next meeting on Tuesday. Okay, great. Jessica, anything else that you'd like to report?
That's it from my side.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
so out of that, there's only just one sub-discussion where Tendi will come into inspection to get the instant book versus the request to book. Let's continue. Gani, is Gani here? Gani, yes, you are. Okay, tell us the report on awareness, please.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So, report from awareness. From the value of inquiry this week have been achieved the SLA 101% the SLA. So, it is increased 17% from previous period. So, congratulations from everyone working on this. And then because the book still stagnant, 5%, still the same. And then value of instant book, we achieved 63% of the SLA, increased 12% from the previous period.
Okay.
So the only last week extendable plan is we spend double time to doing SPO.
Okay,
To
got it.
continue.
All right.
Yes.
What if we double the time again on SPO? Do you expect to get even more results that way?
Not double the time, but double the inspection would be great.
Double inspection. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And making
Um,
sure what you do is really like insight from release. We need to know which one working, which one is not.
I
Right.
see.
So it's double time for the inspection, not for
Understood.
the
Understood.
inspection.
Does this inspection, is it going to come from awareness or would you like it to come from BI?
It will be great from come to two ways from BI
Okay.
and from awareness.
Okay. All right. Let's go over to Lilith. Two questions, Lilith. On your side, first question is this request to book. Should we still have a request to book goal or should we just take the request to book goal and shift it over to the instant book goal? Oh, wait, that's what the sub discussion will be about, I guess, right?
Yeah,
So,
but the answer is actually, as Jessica said, we
Mhm.
discussed previously that we would like to perhaps remove the instant book SLAs and move
the
it to
request to book
instant.
SLA.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Got it. Okay. And the second question is this. Can we move talent over from BI to help with the SPOs? If we inspect more, do you think that we can further drive up the results that we see by adding more
Mm,
resources to it?
actually, in BI, we are now focusing on pricing because that's
Right.
also related to instant booking. So
Right.
awareness deal with the listing optimization, and right now,
Understood.
uh, we built the system to do inspection. Everyone can inspect basically. So I
Okay.
think it's still in development, but I don't think we can assist at the moment, but
Okay.
because we still build the pricing system
Got
right
it.
now.
Got it. Okay. I
Yes.
understand. So we're focusing a bit more on long term and also pricing, which has leverage versus this.
Yep.
Gani, this sounds like you might need a team management solution to enhance your results, yes? Okay. All right, Gani. Vidi, let's go ahead and ask Gani to go in the team management breakout where we're going to try to find a recruit, right? Some labor to help Gani out with this with improving his SLA. Okay, if you agree with the decision on how to enhance awareness, give me a thumbs up. If you have something else that you'd like to add, give me an indication that you'd like to know more. Okay, all right.
Actually,
Yes, Liz.
Mas Bayu and Vidi is trying to figure out on how we can document their activity and cross-checking what happened in the past if something has happened in the future. So I
Correct.
think it's more to technology solution or like system.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Okay. Lilith does actually bring up a good point. So understanding causality at this moment. Okay, here's what I'm trying to avoid, everybody. Okay, I'm trying to avoid planning, coming up with a perfect solution, and then losing our momentum on what we think is doing right. Right. So yes, I'm trying to balance between finding what is the real reason, and then just taking a guess at what Gani thinks is the reason, and then doubling down on that. For the moment,
Mhm.
I think this is an approximate, but for the interest of keeping the momentum going, let's double down again. It worked last time. So if we do
Mhm.
it again, then we might actually get more result. If we slow it down and we try to figure out why we're doing well exactly right, then in the meantime, it's probably good to do both, Lilith. But so far, our resources have not been wasted by spending more resources on getting awareness to become better. So for the moment, I still feel confident that spending more resources on awareness is generally a pretty good strategy. Does that make sense?
So you mean that we hire more awareness team, or
Or we
what?
divert resources over to help awareness? Because right now there's
Oh.
a few reasons why that should happen, right? And one is
Mm.
we need to build a bridge over conversion because it's getting kind of squished right now. And the other is to, if it's working already, then we should probably move more resources up to that level. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean. We haven't really know whether like pricing is also awareness things, right? I
Oh,
mean,
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
It could have been
pricing is awareness thing, and listing optimization is also awareness. We need to understand, like, is it really because we changed the title that it's improving the booking pace, or something related to the right pricing?
okay.
So that's when
True,
we need
true.
to really understand.
Here's also what I think, Lilith. So I'm okay with making a mistake 1 week in order to figure out if it was
Yep.
actually a mistake or not, right? So this is actually a really great discussion Lilith and I are having, everyone. So this is like kind of one of the big debates, right? Should we actually know what we're going first, or should we kind of try and then see? So this is what's going on in my prioritization. We put, let's say, extra resources for another week. If the extra resources still work, then we can probably keep on putting it on that. And as long as we don't see a decrease in like bad value, right? We put in the
Mhm.
resource, nothing changes. Then it would be in a way faster than trying to figure out what the root reason. That being said, Lois, I don't think that we should ignore tools, but you
Mhm.
bring up a good point then. So let's do this too then. Why don't we have a breakout session, Lois, with tools to figure out what the real root cause. Well, that's an inspection, right?
Yeah.
Um, okay. All right. Let's do this, Vidi. Can we delegate over to tools to try to discover what is the that thing that you guys are trying to build, that event sequencer, right? Uh, what do you want to
Calendar.
call it, Vidi?
We'll under scraper usually
Is it the calendar scraper to try to match, okay, what event then caused which
affects
particular outcome?
something. Yep, correct.
Okay. What do you want to call that tool?
I don't know, calendar scraper.
Okay. All right. But the calendar scraper then goes on the timeline so we can see what the effect of the SLA is, right?
Correct. Event timeline, perhaps. Right.
Okay. Let's call it, yeah, great word. Let's call it the event timeline. Vidi, why don't we schedule a breakout for you and Nadia to work on the event timeline, right? And figure out, okay, if we can actually correlate our actions and inputs to the output better. Yeah. Okay. Good. Since we do have resources and tools too. Okay. Let's continue then. Let's go next to conversion. Nadine, let's hear your report on conversion.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So here is the report for from the conversion.
Yeah.
So for the revenue conversion itself, we only able to convert around 1,718 USD this week. And then from the inquiry priority list, we only able to convert two of them from 26 of inquiry priority. Um, there are some reason that I have analyzed. If you could, yeah. Okay, so the demand of long-term booking is still high on Airbnb. The
Mhm.
guests still prefer to do inspection first. We
Okay.
have been implementing the new policy of inspection on Airbnb. The cons is once we don't arrange the inspection within Airbnb, we lost of track
Okay.
whether the guest is actually trying to reach us in the other channel or not.
Understood.
And then the demand of 7 to 16 rooms guest houses in Canggu area for April to June period. It's basically a supply issue, mostly occupied with the long-term booking. And also there is some issue with the connection issue with the toolkit when a property is occupied but inquiry is still coming.
Okay.
And the request to book rate, we're able to increase the conversion because of the requests this week itu convertible mostly. The request is 2 to 4 bedroom requests and they are mostly available, so we're able to convert it.
Okay.
But we haven't been able to convert 100% because the same issue. It's again topic connection for the multiple listing,
Okay.
and so that we have to decline some of the requests
Understood.
for 5 to 16 rooms requests.
Okay.
It's mostly Pondok Luli, Kakol, Despacito.
Okay.
And then the additional note, lack of resource might be one of the reason of the decrease of the performance, the imbalance inquiry load with the resource. The team stamina has been down for these past few days. Some of them need sick leave, so I'm pretty concerned about the situation.
Yep.
And we shift night shift to afternoon shift, as I already announced on the all hands,
Yep.
adjusting the situation. And then we prioritize Airbnb reservation support WhatsApp to be managed carefully in this situation.
Okay.
And the next action, probably we will delegate BD team to take care of the Facebook and help to spread out the snippet instead of the reservation team.
Okay.
And we'll need me and Mr. Jing to take care closely the list of inquiry priority.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So let me examine this for a few things. Let's go up to the very top, Vidi. Can I get a BI confirmation that we only converted 1,700 in a week? Because I see our daily fill rate is sometimes 2,000, sometimes 1,000. So I don't understand how that can actually be our actual movement. Vidi, Vidi, would you have an explanation for that?
The fill rate involves instant books as well, right, sir?
Oh, I
So
see. Okay, so this
if
is
you want to look at the fill rate of the conversion team, just like what I mentioned in this morning, I've added the filter for inquiry conversion or
I
instant
see.
books.
Okay. All right. So it's really small. Okay, understood. It's 2 out of 26.
And maybe I would like to confirm to Nadine, this is inquiry conversion only within Airbnb, or does this include other direct means?
It's only within Airbnb.
Oh, only within Airbnb. But the filter, I should warn that the filter also include the direct booking. Direct booking are all included as inquiry conversion because, of course, they go to the process.
Okay, got it. The next segment I'm looking at is this 2 out of 26 inquiry. Okay, so here's the other thing I want to actually have BI check out. This thing about long-term bookings. Lilith, it would be really good to know, are long-term bookings actually helping or hurting us, right? In terms of, is that something we should actually focus on, or should we take more short-term bookings? The case today with Elliot and Villa Tortoise is an extreme example of prioritization, but maybe this isn't a bad thing. That's what I'm trying to understand. Over to you, Lilith, for analysis. Do we know if our long-term bookings are actually compromises on the property that actually could be sold for more if it were rented out for shorter terms?
Uh, I haven't really do deep analysis on long term and versus short term booking, but
Okay.
from the experience, for some properties like lot and also lot previously we rented long term, right? Save occupancy, but we
Mhm.
only get something like 60 million or until 80 million. But
Right.
after the short term, even with lower occupancy, which means that perhaps lower operational cost and also the revenue itself is also apa namanya relatif mirip seperti itu. It's around 3,000.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, 4,000
Here's
and
here's
something.
here's the way I see
So
it. Right now, Lilith, you're doing some work on pricing, right? Will the
yep,
pricing analysis tell us whether or not we should take long-term bookings or not for the properties that are getting these inquiries?
this inquiries, you means this inquiries?
Yeah. Well, if after we finish, let's say after we mature on our pricing analysis for different types of properties, will that be able to indicate to us whether or not we should set up our properties for long-term bookings?
Uh, yes, I think so. It
Okay.
based on length of stay and also the ADR, I guess.
Okay, good. Let's go over to Nadine. Nadine, same question to you actually. Are these long-term bookings happening in properties that could we actually get better bookings on a daily rate?
Mm, uh, Same with Lilis, sir. Actually, I haven't really analyzed deeply, but but what I see is the demand still on the long term, sir.
Okay, got it. We have demands on both sides, right, everybody? So we see the instant book, and that's creating 40,000, and then we have this, which is creating 1,000. So I think there's actually a signal that maybe is coming in. Nadine, here's what I'm thinking, right? If we find out that long-term bookings come in through these inquiries are actually not as significant, and actually they're detrimental to actually compared to short-term bookings, maybe we just hands off and don't do long-term bookings anymore, right? Remember the segment graph that we talked about in before, right? International travel is the biggest segment and it has actually the most turnover or the most output. So if that's the case, then we might want to trade, right? The long-term bookings for short-term bookings and thereby reduce the bandwidth for inquiry management, but also increase our ability to get more revenue in a shorter amount of time. Okay, Vidi, let's try to set a deadline for inspection on just determining that.
Sir,
Yes.
I have input, but it's also need to be aligned with the owner preferences, though, because owners sometimes prefer have long-term guests
Oh,
staying
they do.
instead of yeah,
Okay. All right.
some of them.
Okay, so within the conditions of, let's say, the owner preferences and whatever boundaries, let's try to see if we can optimize this a little bit, Nadine. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys already know what the owner preferences are, but this is just to analyze in general. If we can reduce the amount of load of inquiries coming through on long-term bookings because we have just delegated to instant book, then good for your team. Not so much stress, not so much sick leave, not so much whatever, and also we trade up essentially. Okay, Vidi, let's put that on as a BI discussion then to investigate that. And then the next thing I see is the team management issue. Um, there's no immediate help coming on that. R is working on hiring, but right now we don't have sufficient number of candidates that are qualified yet. So we don't know when somebody is going to be able to come, right? Let's assume a month or more at this point. So this is something we need to urgently manage around the team. So that's why we need to divert the increase of flow around. But there's no help coming unless we pull somebody from another squad over. Last one is the Toki issue or the hookup issue. Vidi, could we put that down as an inspection on tools to see if we can get the tool to work better? I have personally noticed this too, as well, Nadine, if this is what you're talking about. So let's say we get a booking on a multi-room listing, it doesn't turn off the whole listing. Is that correct? Okay. All right. So, Vidi, let's go ahead and put that down as a case of a tool inspection for those specific properties. Thank you, Nadine, for actually coming with the specific property where that's happening. Okay. That's my prioritization for this particular layer. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, tell me what your thoughts are. Okay. All right. Let's continue then. Next, over to transformation. All right. To Tendi.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Yes, the first is for the revenue breakdown. For the extension value is improving, $200 from last week. And then when I do random inspection, I think I found that I think for the reservation team need to put the notes on the bigger, so updating the what's called the extension rates. And then also the unique stay, it's improving as well, around $300. And then for guest referral, it's not improving, but I need to inspection more because there's also arrangement to update on bigger for the guest referral from reservation team.
Okay.
And then the below for the revenue earned, it's increased 8% from the last week. So the from the total target, $102,000 from for the target. and then for the guest repeater is decrease. I think do need more outreach for the past guests to give the promotion stay like that. And then for the SLA itself, there are three SLA is achieved, and then the other three is not achieved. For the not achieved one, the guest extension rate it's decreased. Yeah, that's what I said before. I need the inspection from the beginning of the month. Make sure the adoption of the reservation team for put the guest extended is okay, and then for the guest repeater as well, it's not achieved. Needs specific effort to get guest repeater. I think from the awareness can help to give specific what's called ads advertising to the our past guests like that. And then also for the check-in rating, it's decreased from the last week. There is a coordination between staff and then host as well when the guest check in, and then the communication rating is increased past week because we try to do a fast response.
Okay,
That's
got
it.
it. I don't know if you can actually call for different chapters to actually delegate your particular SLAs up, yeah, attendees. So you have to make it
Yep.
work within your current band. This sounds like a team management issue to me, Tendi. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. Need
Okay.
because currently, yeah, TR is still new, so need more adoption for the guideline, all guideline.
Okay, got it. All right. So, Tendi, you can bring it over to the team management sub discussion then afterwards. Okay,
Yep.
so I'll see what
Yep.
we can get. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you think that's the correct delegation. A thumbs down if you don't. Okay. In the meantime, let's go over to advocacy then, Vidi, and let's see what's going on there. Okay. Over to Tendi again for advocacy.
Okay, thank you, sir. For the conversion rate, uh, it's not achieved, but it's increasing from the last week.
Okay.
And then from the adoption as well is still improving from TR to from IAT to TR for the review reminder. For the guest referral is achieved. We got 5 out of 5 from the last week, and then guest share experience. Sorry, it's not achieved actually. So it's 4 more for the guest referral.
Okay.
Guest share experience. The last is give the surprise birthday.
Okay.
And
Good.
then for the friction is guest journey adoption that need to be filled.
Okay, got it. I need these numbers to be a little bit more clear, Tendi, because I'm not too certain what I'm saying. So, is the first number or the second number the actual result?
The first, sir. The
Okay.
last number is the SLA.
Okay. Why is 6 out of 10 achieved then?
Yeah,
For
I said that that's wrong for the last one. I
Okay.
will edit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Understood. Okay. It looks like your review conversion rate is only 50% of what it needs to be, or actually less than 50% of what it needs to be, right? We have 15 when we're expecting 35.
Pardon, sir, for the review?
The review conversion rate is only 15, but we want to get 35. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. I'm thinking that's probably at this point a tools issue, right? Because the gap is just so ginormously big. We probably need better tools or a better guideline in order to do this. Why don't we do this actually before we send it over to tools? Tendi, why don't you go to have this process inspected and see if there's anything that is inefficient with the process, right? That could be improved, okay, for the way that we try to convert our reviews.
Yeah, but I have insight also for the reviews rate. Mostly from the past month. The number is it's kind of like in the low in the until first 3 week, and then fourth, and then the next month it's increasing significantly, sir. So mostly we are achieved, but in the after the next month, like that. So
Okay.
it's like
Have
because
it
yeah,
inspected then. That's exactly why you should
yeah,
have it inspected, because we need to understand why that cycle is happening. Okay.
yep,
Okay. All right.
yes.
Cool. Let's go to Vidi. Vidi, let's reiterate some of the breakouts then. Yeah.
All right. This is the iteration for awareness to team management, conversion, split into strategy and tools, transformation to team management, and also special discussion from strategy and tools. So
Okay.
we'll need actually four rooms.
Okay, let me build 4 rooms then. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna have to build 4 rooms here. Number of groups, 4. Okay. Okay, team management is by Jing, and then we have inspection. Inspection, I guess by Lilith. Do we have 2 inspection rooms? Vidi? Or 2 tool rooms?
Uh, Actually, just one tool room is enough. But there are 2 discussion points. Sorry, so I think that's still 3. We can still use 3 rooms.
Headlines, okay. Okay, by Nadia. Okay, all right, and then I'll eliminate the last group. Okay, there we go. Okay, everyone. So those are the breakouts. Please go into your respective breakout and find the plan. Send the plan over to Vidi when you're done. Okay. All right. See you guys. Okay. Gunny. All right. So what I'm understanding is this. So if we add more resource to SPO, you believe we can get better results. Is that correct, Gunny?
I would say double time on inspection, sir.
Inspection.
The result is, I think it's okay right now.
Yeah.
2 property per person per day, I think it's okay, but need better inspection.
Need better inspection. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Lois tells me that essentially she believes the tool that we have allows anybody to do a quality inspection. Would you agree with her?
Yes, I would agree, but I still don't know what tool is it.
Okay. All right. That's
No,
fine with that.
because it's still on her planning, right?
Okay,
So
got
we
it.
don't know.
Where if you wanted to pull talent, there's a few sources you can probably pull it, right? One is there's interns coming in, I think, for the batch. So that's another thing that you can have them focus on as soon as they start, right? So you can focus them on getting another person on doing SPO. The other is there anybody in the chapter that you can move from? Not really, right? If you move from partnership, then okay, so don't pull anybody from a different squad. And the other way you could get talent is through BI, I suppose, right? Lil says she won't give you any BI people, so okay, right now I guess you just have to wait for the interns to finish their trials, and then you'll get another person. But you know exactly where to put them now, right, Gunny?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, good. I think there's 2 interns that are going to come through on trials, so you'll get your help soon. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Good work. Awareness team, you guys are kicking ass. Thank you so much. I want to thank you in 1,000 ways because right now, in addition to making achievement, you really are helping the conversion team. They are getting swamped with inquiries. I see inquiry. They're like 1 minute apart now. It's really quite incredible. But as much as you can build a shelter around them to go instant book, that then reduces their load. So, for example, putting pet friendly on a property helps, right? So that people don't need to ask, is this pet friendly? This is pet friendly. Second thing, this listing is refreshed whatever, daily, weekly, monthly, so that people don't ask, is this available anymore? You can instant book, it's safe, go ahead, right? So that also helps. Another thing might be, just kind of checking what the last review was. If the last review was pretty negative, making sure that there's an explanation for what the negative experience was about and how it was maybe a little more limited in scope. Okay. That then reduces questions like, is this going to happen to me if I book, blah, 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 blah. So those are just some points that I saw that could be implemented. Okay. All right. That's good. So you guys are rock and rolling. Keep on rock and rolling. We'll add more resources when the interns come in. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
So you guys are done. Next over to just Tendi then. Yeah. So you guys are in awareness. You guys are done. You guys can go back and
Okay. Awareness continue to work. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
you guys continue to work. Yeah. Okay. Next, Tendi, about this particular team management issue. All right. Right now, do you have enough people responding to reviews? By the way, and is TR using our text expanders to service all the reviews?
Yeah. So actually, my first plan is TR. I would like TR to go offline, sir, like hosting offline,
Okay.
so can have more what's called like checking the room before the check-in to make sure that everything is well done, right?
Okay.
But currently the situation right, and then TR is handover by Muti for the online.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's why I
I see.
think yeah, but yeah, the resource because I'm handling the partner currently
Okay.
for
Here's
replacing
here
Rafik as well right
I
now.
agree. I agree. Here's something we need to absolutely be careful about, Tendi, and this is related to
Yeah,
the new move. If Tiara checks the room, then the host or the partner has not done their job, right? So in a way, she should okay, she can check the room, but it's more of just like kind of a random inspection, right?
yeah,
Um, the way you can plan it is this. So have random inspections at every property before, let's say, things get super busy, right? And that is then scheduled. And it doesn't necessarily, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. Instead of going to every property before guest check-in to check it out, what you should do instead is think about which properties are the least prepared, okay? And then inspect on those properties regularly, okay? But it is up to those properties themselves to fix. You just need to create, let's say, a report saying, or you have Tira create a report saying these are the things that make this property not up to standard. Okay, and then inform the owner that that is the condition. That is really all that you can do. You cannot check every single property before a guest checks in. That is impossible. What you can do is a quality control, and what you can do is to enforce principles. Like, for example, if you fail random inspections more than twice a month, we will deactivate your listing because you have a dirty property. Okay? But not in, maybe a more polite way. So that then you don't overextend your resources by just spoon feeding your community. You shouldn't have to do that. You should just maintain that we're going to inspect. You should pass inspections, so please be prepared. And that's how we make policy. Okay. Otherwise,
yeah.
you will always never have enough resource, Tendi, because there's not enough inspections to inspect hundreds of properties every day for hundreds of guests. Okay. Okay.
Yep, sir. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean also in WhatsApp also the traffic it's yeah quite high. So
I
that's
understand.
why TRS cannot go to the field because yeah,
You shouldn't
their
have to. You shouldn't
responsibility.
have to. You should just. I think you can just do it this way, right? You have to use your resources carefully. I would say, all right, how many hours do you want TR to actually inspect a week? Should be no more than
Yeah.
like 2 or 3. Okay. So those 2 or 3 hours should be budgeted to the properties that need to comply with cleanliness standards or whatever. Okay. And then the real change is going to happen when the partner actually changes, okay? Not
Yeah.
when whatever. Random inspections are good because you control the narrative. Then you don't have to listen to, oh, the guest was just complaining too much, blah 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 blah, whatever. No, we photographed all the problems that we saw. This is the actual report, and you need to face reality, Mister Right. This is what
Yep.
is actually happening. Okay, so that way otherwise, so schedule them, but make sure that each one is very. It's like a photo shoot, Tendi. It should really be
Yeah.
like, like a photo shoot rather than something you do all the time. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Okay, sir.
basically what all five-star hotels do. They don't inspect every room. The general manager inspects a room, and then the person who is in charge of that room better make sure that that room is okay on the day of the random inspection. And that's the same way it has to work here. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move as much around you guys as possible because I feel your pain. Yeah, I know that essentially it's going to get busier and busier and busier, and you need people really urgently. So this is why I've asked Ara to focus on this full time. But also, I'm trying to build like this this awareness bridge over you, right? So that
Yeah.
the thing can just kind of go around as much as possible. If we can get guests with the correct expectations already, then that reduces all kinds of headaches down the line. Okay.
Yes.
So
Right. Yeah, and awareness as well. I think I need to coordinate with Gani because most of the photo is not updated, right? It's
yes.
already like 3 years or 4 years. So
Okay.
I think need to do also routine update of the photo.
The first thing you can do that would be really good that you can delegate back up to awareness is this, Tendi. Whatever guests are unhappy with because they see something different from whatever, that should go on to the content doctor, right? And get that fixed because every time you fix that means one less problem when the guest actually the next guest checks in. Okay? So
Yep.
definitely feed all that information up and have that fixed above, so it doesn't have to come down to your level. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, sir.
Fantastic. Okay. I wish you luck. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
please tell
Yeah.
what you're going to do over to Vidi. So Vidi has a record on the secretary. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Yeah. Oh,
Kenapa, Mas?
wait. Bayu. Hey, what's going on? Okay.
No, it's done.
Oh, you guys are done. Okay. Let's see. How is this offline sync working for you?
What do you mean?
Like we had our offline sync for the BI COO sync up, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's easier for me. I mean, we can work on something rather than doing the meeting.
But then I keep on having to check, see when the next update is, and okay, maybe it. I think it's the difference between batching and doing everything like, how would I say, continuously, right? That's kind of like the difference. A meeting is a batch, right? You get everything kind of all done once, and then you don't have to worry about it again. But this way, it's kind of like I don't know. There's kind of a different.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many like noise in the meeting. Like
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we sometimes not sure about. Yeah, we talk a lot, but we don't know what to do with that.
We just need to arrive at decisions faster than Buddy, right? Sometimes there is no solution, and we keep on hitting our heads against the wall, overthink things.
Right. Oh yeah, actually that's the point of the stand up. I think we are doing the stand up wrong. It should be 15 minutes. So we just say that this is a new issue, then I will work on something. It's not a discussion. So yeah, should be like you have done that, then that's it. We
Right.
assume that the person actually doing that correctly. We will check after the meeting, not during the meeting.
That is correct. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. Yeah, separate the inspection from the. So it's just more progress, right? And commitment to progress. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right. So be it. So be it. Let's see. Yeah, this thing is really becoming more urgent. I'm feeling because have you seen the people in the conversion? They're all wonking out right now. They're all like sick, sick, sick. It's a little bit. Ooh. I asked Nadine whether it's bullshit or not, but she's like, no, it's not bullshit. It's getting ridiculous. There's 1 minute. You see the timing between all the inquiries, right? They're like a minute apart right now, all day long, which is good, but. Wait, I don't get it. How is it that you can have so many inquiries a minute apart and only convert $1,000 at the end of because they're all in instant book? What? This doesn't make a lot of sense. How can you have that much inquiry density? Something's not right, right, Bayu? Is something seems wrong? If we're getting that many inquiries, could it only be for $1,000 at the end of a week?
That's weekly, not daily.
That's what I said during the meeting, right? Like, how is it that they only got $1,716?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's correct. That's
That means we shouldn't even
we
do
have-
inquiries, right? At that level. It's not even worth it.
yeah. You know the peak day, the
Yeah, it's mostly
April
instant book.
13th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think inquiries are just like 300 or something like that.
So we really wouldn't lose too much by diverting away inquiries altogether, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. This is the thing I really wanted to understand. This is why I'm digging deeper into the long-term bookings by you. So you know what happened with Elliot?
No.
We took a 1-year booking at about 1,300 a month for his property.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And now he wants the guest to be kicked out. But we can't kick the guest out because they have a contract, of course. That would be immoral and also unprofessional. So we have to sit there. It's like the biggest case of underpricing ever, right?
Hmm. Like, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if we're spending reservation time converting inquiries like that, why? Why are we spending time to fuck ourselves over? That's what I'm asking, right?
Mhm.
So this is why I need Lewis to do some research and see if the case is that the time we're spending on inquiries is actually detrimental rather than just letting short-term bookings actually pick up the pace.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
I think most of our villas actually underpriced right now.
That's what I thought too.
It's shown already. I just opened the chart somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So we better price correctly then. Otherwise, more tortoise situations, right? Oh God.
This one,
Yeah.
right? So this is the price today for villas.
Yep.
Basically, revenue 3,000 with amount of stay 34.
Okay.
But in the future, it's almost like always under like
I see.
50, 60. We cannot really go. This today is actually 105, so that's pretty good.
Okay.
But in the future, we don't have that kind of price.
I see. Okay. All right. We're underpriced. Good thing we detected it now rather than later. All right. So this is why Lewis wants to work on this with the full BI team. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good.
So yeah, basically, we are trying to create this revenue management system. Previously, it's done as SPO, I think. So just one person focus on one thing,
Okay.
but we don't have like the general idea of the entire property, basically.
This is why you're in charge, right?
Right?
This is why you should be in charge.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, how the reservation team operates if they don't have any strategy like this. There should be a like coordination, right? Like every once in a while between pricing and then also reservation, whether they can give like a deal or whether they should price higher, something like that.
How would they know? I mean, they're doing most of their work through Instant Book right now. They don't even see it, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes, that's it. But yeah, that's what we're going to fix next,
okay.
basically.
But I applaud that discovery by you. I mean, like nobody else discovered it, and it seems like it was so obvious, right? So, but yeah. Okay. Well, hey.